right, we're back for another one.
Yes, finally.
Feels like it's been forever since we did one of these. Actually, we did two of them last week. A lot of editing going on for me during the weekend, but it's good to be back on normal schedule. No more holidays, none of that. So
the explosion, fireworks, boom, boom, boom.
I'm glad you got that out of your system because you needed to. You definitely needed to get that out of your system. Hopefully everything's better with you now.
No.
Okay, well,
we can talk about that another time.
Later episode, because there's one sport that we have not really talked about much lately.
It's NBA.
It's NBA.
Free agency was so good. Do you like it?
There was some good signs. There were some bad signings. Some teams that I have no idea what they're doing. Some teams that it makes no sense. Like we brought up a couple weeks ago. What's this gonna look like in Golden State?
I don't know.
I don't understand
why they did that. What's the whole trade scenario? Chris Paul. What is? So right now there's a fighting between Chris Paul that he don't want to be coming on the bench. That's the rumor saying right now.
I knew that was gonna be an issue in the beginning, but. Well, let's just ease into it here. All right?
Draymond Green signed back with the Golden State as well.
Well, that's the reason I told you they got rid of Jordan Poole. That's the main reason. He opted out to force their hand to keep him there. That's what he did. So we're gonna get into that though in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so big moves going on. Excuse me. Big moves going on in the NBA. A lot of trades, a lot of movement.
Mm-hmm.
There's teams that have brought in 7 new players and 8 out. There's teams that have brought in 6 players and lost 5. There are teams that have brought in 3 and lost 0. I mean,
yeah,
there's just so many moves that have happened, so many draft picks. Victor Wembanyama is now with the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
First game, he already admitted to it, and I'm glad he's humble to say it. He didn't know what he was doing. Second game, he comes out, kills it. Third game comes out. Plays
they bench
good.
him, I think, with the rest
of yeah, and that's smart on their part.
That's smart.
They're smart.
Avoid injuries and stuff like that.
He's 6'5" and super skinny.
Exactly. So they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Early.
No, not this early.
Like it happened to Zion. Was it Zion Williamson?
Yeah, but he was also a lot heavier.
Oh yeah.
A lot heavier, and he's got his own thing going on right now, which we're not gonna get into. With the women.
Can I ask you something?
It depends. Is it PG related?
What about what's going on with this James Harden drama?
I actually have not been keeping that far in tabs with it. What's going on with it?
Well, he wants just received the Bleacher Report just earlier today. He wants to get traded.
Well, there's a reason for that. 76ers actually want
a lot.
Well, no, they want Damian Lillard.
But you gotta give up. I don't think it's gonna happen.
And the reports have already come out saying very close people to Damian Lillard and the same mindset as Damian Lillard. And I don't know how true this is, but reports have come out by reportedly multiple different people saying if it's not Miami, he ain't going to Canada.
Yeah, that's what rumors saying that he doesn't want to go to Boston.
No, he doesn't want to go to Boston. He doesn't want to go to Portland. And the thing is Miami, if you look at this, I mean, I'm looking at the same website you are. Miami is interested in Damian Lillard and James Harden. So maybe either one.
Maybe that's the reason why they made all these moves early.
Yeah. I mean, Miami lost Oladipo, Max Strus in a sign and trade. Gabe Vincent, they lost. Cody Zeller. I mean, not huge guys, but guys that actually gelled well together. But, yeah, I mean, the NBA has definitely... It was as soon as it hit 6 o'clock on Friday. I remember I was at my other job and I'm looking at the TV and I'm like, it was just I couldn't even keep up with it. I literally couldn't keep up with it. It was just one after another after another after another after another. It was I couldn't believe it.
I lost my track.
Yeah, that's why thank God we have websites and people that actually do
I lost my track. All this sign this guy signed with this team. I like the quick move, but it was too fast for me to think.
We're also used to following winter meetings for baseball, and those tend to be a lot slower. NFL free agency tends to be a lot slower as well. So
NBA
it's just they already know they don't have the same tampering rules in effect as. But yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this. We picked one team. Each of us, we picked one team that we believe killed free agency, or at least just made good trades or good signings. So why don't you give me your team on who you think killed free agency?
I think, in my opinion, it's Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay, you got a reason for that, though.
Yeah, they have, they was needing, some offense. They struggle in the playoffs. and during the season as well about the offense. We was talking about offense. Cavs was depending on Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell the most of the time. The bench was not doing their job. It was so inconsistent shooting. They need a small forward, and I think what this adding about this free agency, even they lost Cedi Osman and Stevens via trade.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Going on that, I don't like them losing Lamar Stevens. To me, I would rather have kept him, but
you have to lose. With Max Strus, I think he can create his own shot.
So Max Strus is shooting, from what I hear, he's good on the corner, but anywhere else, top of the key, corner of the key, he's not good.
But we'll see what's gonna happen.
He's gonna be another Isaac Okoro. He's gonna sit in the corner and just shoot. Well, let's hope he makes them this time.
I hope this. He was doing a good job with Miami.
He was.
And then we got the Georges. I can't even say
Georges Niang.
Yeah, that's a good pick as well.
Yeah, I mean he did good with the 76ers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Damian
regular
Jones
season points per game, yeah.
And then Ty Jerome for the Golden State Warriors. I think, overall, I know they lost Stevens. I like him a lot. But I think, with this moves the Cavs did, I think they created more offense than before. So we'll see what's going to happen. I think one of them will be out via trade. I'm thinking.
Who?
Jarrett Allen. I think so.
If you didn't see the report yesterday, because I got this report, Kobe Altman just said he wants to keep this four together. He has no intentions of trading them right now. So I don't think he's out this year. Next year, that's a different story.
Okay.
So I do think that's a possibility. And when you look at the Cavs roster now, you do have Jarrett Allen, you have Garland, you have LeVert, who they sign on a very tradable contract.
He wants to stay so bad.
I know. Well, he's from Columbus, Ohio, so he is an Ohio kid. But here's the thing. With that contract, it gives the Cavs flexibility. Like, hey, if you can go out and get a superstar again and trade away maybe Jarrett Allen and LeVert, that contract is very friendly for both of them. You get Allen for another 2 or 3 years on $20 million a year, and LeVert's only on 2-year deal for $30 million, I think, so $15 million a year. You can dump that the very next year.
But the problem is the Cavs don't have too many picks after that trade for Donovan Mitchell.
Which is the thing, you can't give up the picks. You have to get trades. So if, for instance, if you were to trade LeVert and Allen and you wanted to go get like a I mean, you would do something with, like, let's say the Pelicans. You get Trey Murphy the second, and then you get Valanciunas, right? Valanciunas' contract's coming to an end. Murphy's a good little bounce-up player.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can get a second-rounder, and maybe you could trade 2 second-rounders back into the first. Exactly. Something like that is what they're looking to do. But, yeah, and another guy who they drafted, Amani Bates. Amani Bates is a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing really good so far in Summer League. I believe they play again tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, if he can keep his anger and his emotions under control, and they can actually keep the PR side of him to what it needs to be for him to be a star in the NBA, unlike Kevin Porter Jr. when he was here in Cleveland.
Oh, you got some issues. That's the reason why they sent it to Houston Rockets.
And that's the thing. So you're taking another gamble with this guy, but the talent is 100% there with this guy. But yeah, okay, I kind of agree with you there. I do know Sam Merrill actually just lit it up for them as well in Summer League action. He had 8 3-pointers last night.
And by the way, I checked the ESPN stats, with the record, the grades for the team. They put the Cavs at A- of the signing.
Yeah, they're up there. The grades for them, yeah.
So I agree.
They got a lot of depth.
But we'll see. That's on paper. So the Cavs needs to show up and, maybe guess what that offense, and on paper, that offense is so good right now.
Again, that's the thing with Cleveland
defense
sports.
Will be the problem.
That is the thing with Cleveland sports. I know we are on NBA, but the same thing goes for the Browns as well for Cleveland sports. We look good on paper, and it doesn't translate. Yeah. It needs to translate in Cleveland. One of these sports, it needs to. The Browns look like they could be doing that again, but again, it's on paper. They got to do it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Cavs. Now it's on paper, and now you got to go do it. And that's a big, big difference now.
Yeah.
So
we'll see in October.
Absolutely. So why don't you give me I'll give you actually my team that I think won. And you might think I'm crazy for this one. I'm going with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
What?
They killed it.
What?
They killed it. So they got depth. Okay. They got some veterans. They have Rudy Gay on here. Okay. They got Victor Oladipo. nice bench guy.
Again to Oklahoma.
SGA. Shea Gilgeous Alexander is your starter. Victor Oladipo is your backup. That's nice. Josh Giddey in there too. That's nice. Here's something that I'm glad my buddy, shout out to him, he is a Kentucky Wildcat fan, so he knows about these players that went there. He told me this was kind of interesting. We talked about it for a minute. Cason Wallace was drafted by Dallas and then traded to the Thunder. He played for Kentucky. Guess who he played with? Shea Gilgeous Alexander. And also another guy who they just got in free agency, Ty Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Forget about that one, yeah.
Or Ty Washington, excuse me. So there's two guys right there. So, and if you look at this roster right now for them, Shea Gilgeous Alexander, you have Josh Giddey, you have, Cason Wallace, you have Ty Washington. That's 4 Kentucky Wildcats who all played together.
Well,
Chemistry's there, and that's a big thing. Plus, they also have Jalen Williams, who's coming off of a good year that he just had. Josh Giddey looks like he's ready to take the next step. You got Dort, who played pretty well for them last year. Trey Mann did well for them last year.
But they're not a playoff team yet.
No, but again, this is free agency. I think they kill free agency. This is the next step for them to go forward and start to produce.
And they have a lot of picks.
And they do have a lot of picks, which is another thing I brought up with this is they're not only are you building for this year, you're building, like I told you last year when they were in the playoffs, when they were making a push. I said earlier this year when we were talking NBA playoffs, watch out for them because they are 2 to 3 years away from being consistent contenders. This is the start right here. They went all out, and they didn't really lose anybody. They
we'll see what's going to happen in October. We'll see, because if they do a good job, winning percentage, they can make a trade in the trade deadline.
Thunder also made the play-in. Oh. Don't forget about that. They made the play-in.
I know. I heard the rumor too.
So yeah, there's that. Those are our 2 picks for best team. Why don't you give me your worst free agency though?
Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
The reason why, Kyrie Irving. After you made the trade, Brooklyn Nets to Dallas, what position Dallas was before that trade? They was in the 5th place, maybe 5th place or 6th,
and they missed the playoffs.
Yeah. Very good. They was talking about Dallas. Oh my God, they're doing a good job. After that trade, what happened? They went from 5th to non-playoff, and at the same time, you re-sign him once again. You know the Luka Doncic, that's his name, Luka.
Yes, Luka. Yeah.
Luka and Kyrie Irving. There's no chemistry between them. There's no freaking defense in this team. That's the reason why they collapsed last year, and they re-signed Kyrie Irving once again. He had always a problem with every team that he joined, except Cleveland. So every time that he went to the Celtics. There's some chemistry problems over there in the Celtics. And what happened? He got hurt. That team went all the way, almost to the NBA Finals without Kyrie. The following year, they trade him.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. No, my apologies. He played for the Celtics, but they didn't went deep to the playoffs.
Correct.
And then he signed with who? Brooklyn Nets. What happened to the Celtics that year after Kyrie?
Playoffs.
Well, they went deep. Mm-hmm. I think they went to the finals, I think. They were playing against Golden State. No.
That was the next year. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
They went,
I think they were up against the Bucks, and the Bucks went that year.
Yeah, okay. But they went deep without him.
Correct.
What he do, Kyrie Irving, for Brooklyn Nets? Nothing.
Well, he was a main scorer, but he was only in the 4th, and you can't just have that.
There was no chemistry with KD, James Harden, nothing.
Yep.
That was a dynasty team. What happened? He got
it's not a dynasty team. It was a super team.
I'm just saying it was a super team anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was no dynasty. Golden State's a dynasty.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, looking at their thing here, right? I mean, yeah, they got Kyrie back. They have Tim Hardaway Jr. There's reports now that he might get traded here soon. They're interested in Grant. They just traded for Grant Williams, which doesn't make any sense to me. They signed Seth Curry, Dante Exum.
It's an injury.
Rashawn Holmes. They Derek Lively the second.
Look
rookie.
at the free agents. Lawson, Markieff Morris. Oh my God, they're interested in Grant Williams, like you said. Bojan Bogdanovic.
No, they're not interested. They traded for Grant Williams. That's done. But they're interested in Bogdanovic now, and they're interested in Terrence Davis. But here's the one that blows my mind for them, and then we'll kind of transition here. But Christian Wood, why is he not signed by them?
I have no idea.
After when Kyrie was out in the fourth quarter, I remember watching a game couple months ago, Pelicans Dallas. Kyrie was doing his thing. Pulled him off the bench. They were like, okay, Pelicans are going to run away with this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Christian Wood goes off. They bring Kyrie back into the game, and they almost win it. I mean, they lost by 2 points, but they were down by like 15, 20.
I remember. That was almost at the end of the season.
And that was on ESPN. That was on ESPN. So, I mean, like, why is he not signed? I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a locker room thing. We just talked about Kevin Porter and Amani Bates and how they are. Maybe that's how he is.
And there's a rumor saying that maybe LeBron James will join Dallas.
It ain't happening.
Shit. Seriously.
It ain't happening.
Luka, I don't know.
If they had a choice between LeBron and Kyrie playing together again versus Luka Doncic, they're taking Luka. Luka's going to be another Dirk Nowitzki for them. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a career maverick.
But they need to win.
They will. Just give it.
This team, I don't see on paper.
No.
They're not going anywhere.
Give them 2 more years as well.
But seriously, they just I don't know.
2 more years for them.
So what's your worst team?
Oh man. Exactly what we talked about at the beginning. I got to go with the Golden State Warriors. You traded away depth with Jordan Poole. Now, don't get me wrong. He didn't do very much in the beginning at the end of the year in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong on that. You kept Draymond Green. That's fine. You needed to keep him or Poole, and you kept Draymond. That's fine. However, you have two rookies. You did sign Saric from OKC, or Saric, excuse me, Dario Saric. I mean, that's a nice pickup. Corey Joseph, it's not really doing anything for me. And then you made the trade for Chris Paul, and I don't see where he fits in this damn team.
No.
I don't. On top of that, you have free agency. You have Anthony Lamb that's a free agent. Andre Iguodala, free agent. He's pretty much retired at this point. Yeah. Green for them, not Draymond, but JaMychal Green. He's a free agent.
Corey Joseph.
Yeah, out. They lost, Dante. God, I can't pronounce his last name. Why can I not pronounce?
Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah. That I can't. I don't know why I can't do it right now. Yeah, he went to the Knicks. They lost Ty Jerome back up for them. They traded away Jordan Poole. They lost Ryan Rollins to the trade as well. I mean, they basically gave up depth. They do have Gary Payton Jr. or a second who's going
and then on the luxury freaking tax. They have to pay freaking a lot of money.
And again, Kevin Looney did good in the playoffs, but he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that every game. It's not going to happen. If Curry, Clay, Wiggins, or Draymond goes down at all this year, they're screwed.
They're screwed, yeah.
They have no depth.
And they have a lot of injury problems. Klay Thompson with the ACL, remember that? And Achilles.
Curry's also been hurt the last couple years as well.
And also Draymond Green, he got some injuries too before.
He gets ejected a lot. A lot. His injury is he runs his mouth too damn much.
And Andrew Wiggins too got injury problems as well.
Yeah.
And then why Chris Paul?
He's another guy who's hurt all that sometimes as well.
I don't know. What? This is the owner's decision?
I have no idea.
So they fire Bob Myers, one of the best GM in NBA.
I think it was more of, if you think about it, it was more of how can we save money. It was one of those things like when the Cubs let go of their GM to save money. It's a similar situation.
Yeah, that's a lot of Cubs.
Again, we're switching back over from sports, but still same logic. So
they're not going anywhere.
No, to me, this is just... I don't understand what they're doing here. Yes, they have 2 rookies. Yes, they got Corey Joseph. I mean, he did all right, but again, he came from Detroit. He's going to put up garbage minutes all the time. Somebody's got to be able to do that.
Let me ask you this, and I know we just talk about the best team and the worst. Mm-hmm. You think the Denver Nuggets can repeat this again? I don't see it. They lost one of the best to the Indiana Pacers, correct?
They lost Bruce Brown. I mean, he was decent. I don't think he was crazy.
Jeff Green, they lost too.
Yeah, the Houston. That makes he was good depth. However, they did get Justin Holiday, and they got 3 rookies. I don't really see too much, but for the most part, look at the team that they really won with. They only lost what? Two major guys. They lost Jeff Green and Bruce Brown. Other than that, everyone else is the exact same. Huh?
Maybe we'll see the rookies stepping up.
I think you'll see them in garbage time, but I mean, yeah, they still have Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray. They have DeAndre Jordan. They have Jokic. They have Aaron Gordon, Reggie Jackson. I mean, Caldwell Pope. Now they have Christian Braun too. That's another guy. So I mean, to me, can they repeat it? I think it's going to be a lot tougher now that you have Phoenix in there. Again, Phoenix has got to stay healthy. I think that the Lakers definitely got better.
We can talk about this. Who will be the favorites to win after we're done with this trade rumor about Damian Lillard and James Harden?
I think once we get close to the season, we're about 2 months away before we can probably start putting our predictions out there.
So when that happens, then we can make the prediction.
So we're about 2 months away on that.
Yeah, because of the fact, I don't know where Damian Lillard is going to go, but Portland said they will ask him a lot. And by the way, they deserve that. He's a 6-time All-Star player.
Exactly. And they're making the accommodation to send him to Miami. Then Miami's going to have to give up a lot.
Oh, yeah. And they have the picks, and they have to give up a lot.
Yeah.
And they got to eat that contract as well, I think.
I think you'll see something kind of like where, we've seen, again, we're switching over to sports, and this is the best analogy. You're going to see something to where, like, hey, you traded for Nolan Arenado. They're going to eat most of that contract. They're going to have to.
Speaking about that, you heard about, I know we're not going to talk about baseball too much, but you see that Nolan Arenado was a rumor saying
trade? He's got a no trade clause.
No, I know. But he just said, hint that there's a possibility.
There's always a possibility, though.
Yeah.
So
everybody's talking about that.
But, all right, anything else you want to add for NBA, though?
Nothing about the NBA.
Let's just wait and see what happens with Damian Lillard. Keep it kind of simple, this podcast. Yeah. But, again, make sure you follow us on Twitter. I'll go and drop the link right now. Both our host accounts and our Twitter link is on our Twitter account name's on there, so you can go ahead and follow us on there. What's up?
I forgot to say this. The All-Star for MLB.
That's tonight. Enjoy it. We'll kind of talk about that tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week. Home Run Derby was interesting last night as well. ESPN just can't get their shit together, but that's a story. That's a story for next week. We'll talk about it. I mean, everyone already talking about it now, so
we can talk about the NFL in the future as well.
That's gonna be good. We're getting really close to preseason and season. We'll be here before you know it. Huh? Absolutely, we're about less than a month away from the first preseason game. So
can't wait.
Football's
Fantasy.
back. Absolutely, I'm winning again this year.
No, you're not.
You can book your ticket.
No, you're not. This will be the 3rd time you're winning.
And
this time it's me
winning. Not with the way
I don't know how you win fantasy with all these picks that you do, surprising and trades and all that.
Good. I'm that good. I have a T-shirt that has 2 championship trophies on it, and I'm gonna add a 3rd.
By the way, if any of your followers want to do a fantasy, join us.
Let us know in the comments. We can always do one for fun with our followers and stuff like that on ESPN. Well,
this time I'm gonna win
last place. All right. Other than that, you guys.
Seriously.
All right. We're gonna see you guys next week. You guys have a good one. Bye.